Hi, it's Sleep495, and I'm doing a tutorial on how to draw cats because my friend Shadow um wanted this for Christmas, along with other things that I might get her, ha ha ha. But really, um yeah, so I'm going to be teaching you how to draw cats in my style. Gosh, hi computer, you're freaking glitching on me. Okay, so yeah, if you know how to draw cats, like you can just be like, okay, I want it standing, which I would do this. Yay, it's standing. Okay. Yay. Like a basic sketch with ears, because cats have ears. And there would be like 4 legs, but for demonstration's sake. Okay, so you have a cat. Awesome. And like for me, I have 2 different styles. I have my lazy style, which is not this. This is my, well, actually, this is like my semi lazy style. I guess I have 3. It's like this one. There's effort, but there's not that much effort except for the sky. But really, I have. If you know me, I have ones where I just paint. I paint over, and it takes like 4 hours. And my internet's suddenly being issue-matic. Don't know why. Why are you doing this, computer? Yeah, so this is my painting style, which takes like forever, but it concerns a different type of sketch. It would not be this sketch, because I don't know if you can see on here, but you can like see sketches, like the sketch, because I include the sketch when I paint. And then my lazy style is just like not painted, and you can see the lines. Yeah, this one's not even shaded, but to be honest, but really, this is my lazy style, which I do for advent calendars just for the less time consumption. So basically, for a cat, I would suggest you go and you look up cat pictures, which I tried to do earlier, but like, as you can see, my computer's having a seizure or something, so it's sending my computer into shock. So I'm not going to go through that. Basically, I'm sure if you've looked at other tutorials, people will say, oh yeah, look at real life pictures, because that really does work. Especially if you want like a real pose thing. Sigh. Oh, what I'm using right now is Paint Tool Sigh, if anyone was wondering and you didn't see the time. But anyway, yeah, so I'm actually going to draw Shadow's character. I don't know, because I know Suit's character's like other name is Ilya. I don't know if Shadow's other character, like if Shadow's character has a name or not. But yeah, so I'm just gonna draw Shadow as Shadow. Yeah. So to start a cat, you I don't know, you would use a circle, which I would do. I'm also using a tablet. If you're a mouse user, you won't have pen pressure. As you can see, it's changing pressure, which is quite helpful. Helpful. Yeah, so uh, it's quite helpful. And yeah, sorry, I'm terrible at multitasking. I'm really tired because I don't sleep. But yeah, over here, which is also helpful. This is like a semi-sci tutorial and a cat tutorial. If I'll ever get to the cat. Basically, it's your paint palette, which you click on here. Yeah, this one, this little paint thing. And you just like put any color in there, and it'll work. And it's very helpful instead of being like, oh, colors, and then you're like, oh, that was on the wrong layer. Blah. So yeah, so to start a cat in my lazy style, like in my painting style would be using marker. I use pen. Woo, pen! Pen is awesome. Pen like works and it's visible. So I'm just gonna draw her sitting and winking because she is fantastically fantastic. So I would start off with a circle, and as you can see, it's a sketch. So like this isn't gonna be the final product in my lazy style. So you don't need to be like, oh my gosh, this must be a perfect circle, because if you do that, one, it's gonna be more wobbly because you're like trying to focus. Though a good thing with Psy is, see the smoothing thing? You can just like go here and it like slows it down. You can get like really nice circles, but that takes forever. Also to erase, to undo, I do Control Z. So like if you're like, what is she doing? She didn't click anything. I'm doing Control Z. Yeah, so start with a circle. My like, I don't know, is it called a technique? My technique is I don't like do this in one stroke. I do it in multiple strokes. So like, why aren't your lines wobbly? Well, they're not wobbly because I don't do one stroke for each one, unless you're using this, but just pretend that doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, for a cat, if you know what pose you want, you start with a circle, which would be the head, hopefully. And for like shoulder blades, I do a smaller, more elongated circle, or an oval, I guess. Yeah, and for hinds, I do a bigger one. It's almost as big as the head. Well, like not like literally almost, but relative to size and shape, it's more so like that. This is actually going to be bigger. Oh yeah, these didn't work. Yeah, so I just do circles for like the shoulder blades. I don't actually draw the bones because that would be a pain in the butt. But yeah, so if she's sitting, sure, her thing would be over there. If it's too high, you can just take the select tool, a lasso, and you just circle around it and move it. It's so fantastic. Yeah, and yeah, so I suggest, like, you don't have to, but what I did was I looked at a cat bone structure, like the bone structure of a cat, and I tried drawing like the skeleton of a cat, and that kind of helps because you kind of know where things would be, and like, okay, so this elbow juts out. Like for canines too, canines and felines, if you study like the bone structures, you know that a cat's tail goes directly off the spine, while a dog's tail is just like there. And since you're drawing a cat, like you have to be. I see this a lot when people draw cats. Like here's their butt. Like that's so rushed, but whatever. Like here's their backside. And I see like this. That's actually not a cat tail. Like I see this, and that, like if it was off the spine, it would start here, not there. Which it just looks, it's canine-ish. Canines are more so off the spine. What is it doing? This computer. Okay, so if it was canine, it would be more lower. More lower? But with cats, like, follow the hind and just, yeah. Woo! Cat. Fantastic. Okay, so, moving on. So since you have basically where things are going to be, and you kind of know, like, for longbows, I just do a dash, and I do, like, a little paw, because it's super fantastic. And that's the other leg, if I just want it like that. And then for hinds, I don't really go like this, because I feel like that's too much work. Actually, the elbow would be here. So